Hi guys, it's Vicky here, and it is Monday afternoon, and I'm just relaxing for a few minutes. Had a really busy day so far, so I'm just taking a few minutes off to sit in the sun. It's, it's not going to be too long before it's winter here again, and so I want to soak up every little bit of sunshine while I can. It's just so beautiful. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Forgive me the sun in my eyes if it's making me squint, but starting to feel a little bit better. The bleeding is stopped, and that makes a world of difference, and so every day is a little bit better. Of course, I'm pushing myself too hard, as we all tend to do, and I should be resting more and all that kind of stuff, but one day at a time, that's how as quick as we can live them, so sort of my philosophy of life. Otherwise, everything's going good. I found I transitioned back into raw foods pretty easily after the juice feast. I was just so weak at the end of it that, again, I did, as I mentioned in my last video, find myself craving fats, and more fats. So lots of avocados, lots of salad with salad dressing. Not so many nuts. Like, I didn't find that I was craving nuts as much, but just craving the things that I usually think of as having fat in them in my diet, which are usually olive oil-based salad dressings. That's my huge source of fat. So I've been eating a lot of avocados as well, feeling good about that. And the other thing that I've really been craving is salt. And it's strange because you'd think I wouldn't have exactly become dehydrated or anything on a juice feast, given that I was drinking between 5 and 6 quarts of juice and water and everything a day. But I have found actually that I just craved anything salty. So that tends to be slowing down a little bit. And what's so interesting is that I find my appetite is going back to sort of what I think of as normal, at the same pace that the weight that I lost on the juice feast has sort of come back on. Now, I can't say that I put all the weight back on, but I definitely put like I put back about 4 or 5 pounds back on. So that's probably of the 9. A lot of that is just the stuff that sits in our digestive system and everything, the whole foods that we eat, as opposed to just being empty and that sort of thing. So yeah, the juice feast was good, but again, it's not really fair to say how I felt about it, because I couldn't really feel how I was feeling about it, because I was at the same time so preoccupied how I was feeling with the other issues that were going on. And I have to say I really hate being sick, because I find myself becoming so self-absorbed, and introspective, which again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that necessarily, but it's not the way that I prefer to be feeling, like that I love to feel. I like it when my body's feeling good and I don't have to think about it, instead of being so focused on what's wrong with it, because I think that puts the focus so much on our own self and on on us, as opposed to seeing ourselves as a part of the bigger whole. When we're feeling well, what's amazing, is you guys can probably all appreciate, is how easy it is to then go out and be a part of the bigger world around us. And that is much more my preference than feeling sick and in bed and feeling gross, and thinking, yuck, I just don't feel well, I don't feel well. And it's all about me, and I much prefer feeling well and getting out there and being a part of the world. Okay, well, I'm starting to ramble a little bit, so I just want to say hi to everyone. I hope you guys are doing really well. Please let me know how you're all doing. I'm really wondering how things are going for you all. And I'm just going to finish up this video quickly with a tag that some of us have been playing lately, which I think is really fun. And I'm going to tag everyone who watches this video instead of just saying one person or two. There are a couple of people who I would really love to hear from, but I'd like you all to consider yourselves tagged if you've watched this video. This is the 4 truths and 1 lie. So on the theme of food, I'm going to give you 4 truths and 1 lie, and you have to try and figure out which is the truth and which is the lies. And Because most of the things that I talk about on my channel are about food and eating, I figured I'd stay with the theme and take you on a tour of the world and things that I've eaten around the world. You can tell me when I'm being truthful and when I'm not. So I thought I would start in Canada. I have eaten, well, I should say that my exposure to raw food eating actually started at a much younger age than I even realized. I have, in Canada, in the Arctic Circle, eaten raw char, Arctic char, which is a kind of fish, and raw caribou with an Inuit family. Let me think. Okay, I'm going to move west. I have sat on a boat and watched the night sky from the equator of at the Galapagos Islands and eaten red beans and rice. As we continue to move west, I have eaten frog's legs sitting in a restaurant of the garden of the Imperial Palace in Beijing, China. As I continue to move west, I have eaten black pancakes in a fancy schmancy restaurant outside of a castle in Prague, the Czech Republic. And finally, I have eaten haggis in a little stone cottage in the Scottish Highlands, while at the same time drinking tons and tons of Scotch whiskey. So 4 of those things are true, and 1 of them is a lie. And I guess it's up to you guys to tell me which is which. Alright guys, I hope you're all having a good day, and as I said, you're all tagged. I'd love to see your responses. 4 truths, 1 lie. What's it going to be? Hope everyone's having a great day. Bye everyone.